And here we go. It is Thursday, September 1st, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To you, my friend.
Good afternoon, my friend. So check this out. Last night I'm watching 30 for 30. I don't know, around this time I get into sports documentary like Mode or Zone, so I'm looking at all the 30 for 30s, and anything I can get my hands on that's sports related as a documentary tells me a story. And I see this thing and it comes up. It says, The Great Imposter. I'm like, all right, it got like layers pulled back, you know what I'm saying? If we got a picture, Fletch, show The Great Imposter, show the great people listening to our show. So this is Barry Bremen, okay? No, Barry Bremen's not a pitcher for the New York Yankees. Show another slide, if you will, Fletch. No, Barry Bremen is not a Dallas cheerleader. Show another slide there, brother. Barry Bremen is not a player for the Royals, the Kings basketball team. In fact, stay with this picture right there. Oh, this is even better. Thank you so much, Fletch. This is The Great Imposter and me.
Wow.
So I'm watching this, okay? 1979, the NBA All-Star Game was where, Maz?
What year?
1979. I only asked you because it was down the street.
MSG.
Oh, the Palace.
Oh.
There we go. Pontiac Silverdome. So this guy comes up, Kansas City Royals uniform on, and goes through warm-ups. Talks to the only Royals player then on the team, says, hey, I need a little help. So the guy let him go in with him. He walks out. He goes through the layup line. You can see him on the video. You see it on the 30 for 30. He walks up with the teams. He's having a good time. He's talking to the people. He's an imposter. He's not a basketball player. Barry Bremen was an insurance real estate agent insurance agent, I think, in Auburn Hills.
Wow.
So he's local, right? So he goes through all that. Dick Schaap has him on the show about 3-4 days later. Dick Schaap, man, he becomes friends. Now he's got an ally. They start doing as the rules all over the place. He infiltrated baseball games. He infiltrated World Series as an umpire. He infiltrated soccer games. Obviously, you see he infiltrated the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. He infiltrated the World Series. He infiltrated All-Star games. Tommy Lasorda almost killed him.
Was it a good documentary?
No, the documentary it's one of the best I've ever seen.
Wow.
Because it gets better. So, I mean, I don't want to tell too much, but I'm telling. So it gets great, and eventually he does this for 5-6 years. He's become a celebrity. They're looking for him. He goes on David Letterman. He goes on Johnny Carson. Like, he's doing this up. He's playing it well 4 or 5 years. He eventually goes too far. He goes to accept an Emmy for an individual young lady. I can't remember her name, but she was actually there. He goes on stage and said, such and such, she couldn't be here tonight. She told me accept it. Well, such and such was there.
Oh,
so
man.
she walks up. It gets awkward. His wife makes him stop. That's not where the documentary ends. Lives a great life.
There's more.
He dies at 64. He lives a great life. Notice the last 2 words of the documentary. The Great Imposter and me. What is something else that goes and me? 23 and me. Once he was dead, and I won't roil it because we got to get the show rolling, got to get on track. Basically, he has 35 kids that his wife and his sons and daughter found out about after, because he donated sperm back in the 60s, back in the 70s to make money. That movie, The Delivery Man, which Vince Vaughn plays, we find out he has 40 kids, and it's all through donor sperm or donor whatever. That movie's based on Barry Bremen. So not only is he the imposter, the great imposter, working with Dick Schaap, rest in peace to both those individuals, he's the guy that movie is based on. 35 kids.
Damn.
Now, I'll spare you the rest. I'll let you see it for yourself. Got to check it out. The Great Imposter and me, Barry Bremen, who's a local legend. Man, it mind blew me.
It owned your mind for a while.
It still does.
And it owned the first 4 minutes of the show.
I loved it, Bryce.
Isn't that about a blip? Isn't that about a blip?
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you.
Hey. He hooked me. Guess what I'm watching tonight?
Right.
Again.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Penn State, Purdue.
Oh yeah, I might switch back and forth to that. That should be a pretty good game, by the way.
know.
College football's
I
back.
gotta give him some crap. We haven't talked much today, Braylon and I.
We talk a lot in the mornings.
I gotta get
You
my
look good with the
haircut.
haircut.
I got news for you.
Braylon
You
had
guys-
me
you guys-
rolling this morning,
I'm not
by the
saying
way.
anything else about it for
Oh
4
my
minutes.
God.
You guys haven't talked to me all damn day yet.
I know.
I'm
we
trying to
have
book
not-
the show, trying to get it going. You guys show up, a couple minutes
I've
before
been
the show.
here for the last hour and
I
a
don't
half.
care. That doesn't count.
Look, it
Doesn't
took me a
count.
minute. I got some things going
Look,
on.
man, look at all these notes
Look
I
at
got.
Do you know what today
Look at all
is?
these notes I got.
Guess what today is?
I know what
Appalachian
today
State
is.
Day.
It's App Day. It's
Where were you?
I was doing the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
It was the first game on Big Ten Network, and it was the first game on WOMC after they left WJR Radio. And we were on the FM dial.
What was Frank Beckman like on that day?
He was great. He did a great call. He was shocked. But it wasn't as bad as when they lost to Michigan State in the clock game. Nothing beat that day. But that App State game, one of the greatest upsets in sports history.
Braylon, you had to have been in Cleveland 07, right?
I damn sure wasn't playing in Ann Arbor.
No.
Because I wouldn't have lost that game. I was in Cleveland. I can't remember who we were playing against. And we always bet on the games. Like everybody in the league, you bet. And depending on your alma mater, and if you're playing some bums, you give a ton of points. I kind of knew about point giving through that. I gave everybody 21 points on this game.
Sure.
It's freaking App State. I gave 21 points. But nobody wanted to take the bet. Only 2 people took the bet. Thank the Lord.
Right.
21. You should have gave 50.
Well, there was no in Vegas.
It was off the board.
Yeah. You could not get a number in Vegas. That's how much they thought they didn't know what to do with the game.
Ermanni Edwards.
Ermanni Edwards.
Ermanni Edwards.
Ermanni Edwards. He got drafted. There you go. Ermanni and Edwards. Ermanni Edwards.
That's
like that. Got drafted by, if I'm not mistaken, second round the Carolina Panthers.
Wow.
Got drafted by the Carolina Panthers. That game was crazy. I remember waking up to Michigan scoring. I said, okay, good. We're out of the shadows, out of the window. And then Appalachian State scores again. Then I'm like, okay, cool. What's going on? Then Mike Hart gets the big run with no time left, like a couple of seconds.
Yep.
I said, oh, this is what Michigan does. Mike got the run. We'll be good. Garrett to kick the field goal. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Field goal gets blocked. He almost returns it for a touchdown. I'm like, for the moment, it wasn't about Michigan losing. For the brief moment, it was about me having to deal with my teammates.
I know it.
Because they gave me stuff, period. Like, I don't know what it is. Every team, every college, every division, every conference, they hate Michigan. I don't care if somebody went to SMU. For some reason, they hate Michigan. Right. So I witnessed that in the NFL. That's why Michigan, the leaders and the best. But I had to go face those guys, and it wasn't fun.
One of the things about that game, too, is that, and it reminds me, I'll try to correlate it to what's going to happen for the next month in Ann Arbor. You lose a game back then in 07 specifically, your season is over.
It's done.
It doesn't matter what you do from week 1 on or week 2 on, your season's over. That's why I don't mind the cupcakes right now because Notre Dame's season is going to be over.
You think?
Week 1, I do. I think Ohio State's just going to bury them.
They're favored by 17 and a half.
I think it's going to get out of hand in a hurry. But nonetheless, you lose, your season's over. That's one. That could be another story for another day. But 2 things that dominated my night last night. Serena Williams. That, to me, is the best story in sports right now, what she's doing. She is going to win the U.S. Open, in my opinion.
I was tuned in.
I think, and somebody said this on Twitter, I forgot who you are, but it was a Rudy Tomjanovich quote. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. No. And this woman is an absolute champion, and she is going to go down swinging.
She buried the number 2 seed in the world. Dominated. That girl, after she won the 5th game, when she finally won that 5th game, you saw the other girl. I told my wife, she's going to sweep this next serve, and she loved out. 40 love, boom, game over, match over.
The question I have for you guys, is this the closest thing we have in the country to everybody rooting for? Like, I can't think of an Olympian or an Olympic sport that I will root for as much as I find the entire country rooting for Serena Williams.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's moments. If Serena wasn't on her last leg, there would be a lot of people rooting for Coco Gauff. There would be a lot of people rooting for Jessica Pegula, whose father is the owner of the Buffalo Bills. She's doing an amazing job.
Sloane Stevens, I think, went down today.
Sloane Stevens, she went down early on this morning. Like, if it wasn't Serena's last stands, then it would just be a mixture of love. You got Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka. You have a couple other players. The one that you should be careful of is Muguruza from Spain. But with that being said, you're right. Everybody was cheering her. And when you watch it yesterday, she beat Annette Kentovich. And I told you yesterday she had been struggling. So not talking about Serena, talking about Annette Kentovich. She had been struggling. But when you watched Serena yesterday, and she said something in the press conference that it was resounding. She said, listen, I've had an X on my back since 99. She won her first U.S. Open in '98. She's had the X on her back since '99. She says it's the first time where I'm just having fun. Like I'm just going out there and I'm swinging a racket, and you see she's gotten back to what made her great. What we noticed from Serena when you watch is two major things. One, her serves. Yesterday she had 11 aces. Like she hasn't had double-digit aces in 4 years. She had 11 aces yesterday. She's getting back winning on the serve. Also, she commanded the court. Serena was everywhere before the ball got there. We haven't seen that in 3-4 years.
I love it.
She's playing with house money. Yeah. She has no pressure on herself right now. Do you have that tweet I gave you, Fletch?
Threw it up.
She may go home with the trophy.
I think so, dude. I mean,
Tiger Woods was there.
Yep. She said, I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to win. I have absolutely nothing to lose. House money for sure.
That's how you win. That's how gamblers win.
Friday night, she'll play. I mean, she plays Friday, but it's not announced yet. But she will play in prime time.
Yeah, we know who she's playing.
How about right next door to the tennis center? That's the other big story.
That's what I was going to say.
I'll let you guys set that. How about the best quote she said? They said, so Serena...
I'm a pretty good player, too.
She was
Is that it?
Yeah, but they said, Serena, was the pressure on you? Did you think you could play like this? Did you surprise yourself? Serena looked at her and said, I'm Serena.
First she said, what?
She chuckled.
Yeah,
and then she said, I'm Serena. I mean, she did it very humbly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she is Serena Williams.
I will say we have to mention the most electrifying thing in sports right now is Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz, the closer for the New York Mets. What the Mets did yesterday in bringing Timmy Trumpets to Shea was nothing short of perfect. In every game in the postseason, Timmy Trumpets, it's a hard thing to say,
Timmy Trumpets
has to be there. Yeah. Maz set the stage for us. Timmy, the song, the horns that are played when Edwin Diaz comes out, they actually had it live last night.
He's playing Narcos, and it's amazing. And MLB Network had the game on. I was going back and forth between Serena and the Mets, and I hit it right on the button. Bob Costas, they left it right there. They're like, here it comes. This is why everybody's here. So 2-1 game. It's Jacob deGrom against the freaking Dodgers. Two great teams going at it. It was like a playoff game, and all he needs
to be the NLCS. We all know that.
3 outs away, and here comes Edwin Diaz in to protect the 2-1 game, and he waits. He comes out. You hear the drums, boom, 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 boom. I wish we could play the damn thing.
I know.
Everyone's playing it. We play it in the back. I'm just whistling it all damn day, and he comes out to that song. That might even
get us canceled.
And it was awesome. My sister was at the game. We were back and forth. She was showing me live video of the game. It was phenomenal. And just for people to know, Shea, which is now Citi Field, is right next door to the Arthur Ashe Tennis Center, Billie Jean Tennis Center, whatever you want to call it. Arthur Ashe Court. Yeah. You can literally walk from here. You can walk from here to the back of the house here. That's how close they are.
I want the Mets to win the World Series.
Yeah, I do too.
Purely because of this.
Yeah. Why not?
I want them to win because when I got to New York, when I got traded to New York, the first thing I received as a gift was a jersey hanging from my locker. It was a Mets jersey. This at the time when Fred Wilpon, Michigan guy, owned the Mets. It's just fun to watch teams that allow fun to seep in. You would never see anything like this from the New York Yankees. You would never see anything like this from the Detroit Lions. Like, I love to see teams that don't take themselves as serious and like, hey, you know what? If it's working, if this is cool, why not get his boy out here to do the narco theme as he's coming out, Edwin Diaz?
Well, the Yankees did have Enter Sandman at the end for Mo. For Mo Rivera's last game, they actually had. Who's the band?
I didn't know. Is it not Megadeth?
No.
It's
Metallica.
They had Metallica live at Yankee Stadium.
Somebody's going to kill me for that now.
For his last game.
I get that, but that's his last game. Like, you can do that for the greatest reliever of all time. You can do that. But the Mets about to do this for the next 2 months.
They
better keep winning.
They got to have this guy for the postseason.
Atlanta's right on their ass. They got to stay ahead of them.
Part of the show.
They are the reigning defender.
Don't look behind you.
I just love it so much.
So much going on, right?
LL Cool Bray, by the way.
See what you did there.
Somebody in the chat said
that had to be a Mikey G.
That was a Mike G. LL Cool Bray.
I like it. Because it does feel like a
Joey
sweatsuit.
2 times LL Cool Bray putting it out as well. Man's wearing the number 4 for Lou Gehrig. Don't ask him who number 4 was for the Yankees. He might look at you like you're crazy.
Who asked me that?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know that person.
I know who number 2 is.
I do. I want a pinstripe too. That's my next jersey.
That's your next thing.
You think I'd have one by now, right? My favorite player.
You don't have a pinstripe jersey?
I don't have a pinstripe. Nope.
Oh wow.
Guys, lots of.
Note to self.
I have an Alex Rodriguez. Do you want the A-Rod?
No.
I do have an authentic Alex Rodriguez.
He's not a Yankee great.
With the Rodriguez in the back that I will give to you.
But that's a fake if it has Rodriguez on the back.
But it's an authentic.
But it's really not authentic if it has Rodriguez on it.
Okay, well, it's a really good one.
I'll take it. Thank you.
So you're gonna have it. It's a pinstripe
for free.
Thank you, buddy.
It's a pinstripe.
Thank
you can have
buddy.
it.
It's got a 13 on it. I'll take it.
Yeah, got lots of Lions news today. Lots of college football stuff too. I mean, on Fox tonight, you got Penn State and Purdue. I mean, that's a hell of a way to kick off the season too. Looking forward to that. Central Michigan in action. We'll talk Michigan State. Who has more to prove, Jim Harbaugh or Mel Tucker? We'll do that coming up in just a little bit. Lions making news today. Nate Sudfeld in with the team. He had some interesting things to say. Benito Jones with them as well. Plus Maz's game-by-game Lions predictions. We will do all that and more coming up next. But first, the message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience. I did. And I registered for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win the car of your dreams from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price on every game from multiple sportsbooks. I keep telling you this. Look, go down to OddsTrader. They got the best bets. They got every league that you want to. Doesn't matter if it's MLS. Doesn't matter if it's NHL. They got all the leagues. They got all the players you want to bet on. All the parlays. Just go to OddsTrader.com. Simply put, they are the best. Forget the rest. For your best bet, go to OddsTrader.com.
Academy.
Nate Sudfeld throwing dimes, dropping dimes.
That's NS12.
I'm not buying it. I'm not going in.
You didn't like that?
Nope.
How about it though? Nate Sudfeld in today looks and sounds like a pretty decent guy.
Sure he is.
You know,
it's no David Blau though.
No. I'm still not convinced that David Blau is not injured. And that's the reason for this.
I don't care what anyone tells me.
Either way, Nate Sudfeld, Bray, however you feel about him, Super Bowl champ. He's been through the ringer. You know, I mean, upgrade, yay or nay. Maybe you need him, maybe you don't. But it does feel, and again, perception is not always reality, but it feels like an upgrade at that position.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's all about Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about Jared Goff. It's all about what he does, trying to move the needle in terms of what the Detroit Lions are trying to accomplish, where they're trying to be, where they're trying to get to this identity that they keep talking about, that we believe in Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. So it doesn't matter. With that being said, he has been to a Super Bowl. He has won a Super Bowl, at least on a team that won a Super Bowl. So he does have some experience. It's kind of like the same thing you said with Josh Reynolds. When Josh Reynolds came to the team last year, he bought some experience. He bought some familiarity for Jared Goff. I think that could be something because he has watched people. He has seen what it takes to get the job done at the highest level. So that will be a good thing. But other than that, who cares? You can go in there and play quarterback for all I care right now. If Jared Goff gets hurt, season's over.
You caught passes from me before. You know I could really throw it around.
Hey, clean.
Absolutely.
Clean
you know
money.
I could.
Never came out of the game.
Never. You know I can toss that ball around. Matty Miller, our Woodward Sports Lions beat reporter, got some Nate Sudfeld sound earlier today talking about being excited. Here's Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah, really impressed with Ben. Great communicator, a lot of ideas, really collaborative. I've been really impressed. Honestly, the whole offensive staff, obviously I have a lot of familiarity with some of the guys. I mean, Anton Randall is a former Indiana Hoosier, so Hoosier quarterbacks representing out here. And then obviously I was with Deuce Staley in Philadelphia, when we had a lot of success, won the Super Bowl and stuff, so that was awesome.
Pretty cool. Seems like a pretty decent cat.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, right.
But you know what? I'm pretty sure I could say this, that the team really did like the quarterback that was here prior to him. I mean, I don't think the team would want to have Nate Sudfeld as a backup compared to David Blau. If you're asking me, I think they're the same guy, and I don't think the Lions make that move unless something was wrong with him, because he was here for how many years now? He knows the system. I just find it, I'm just scratching my head over the move. And then they said, and today Brad Holmes spoke with Ray Agnew, and one of the things they said was they were disappointed that the backup quarterback situation did not improve, and that's the reason that they made the move. They said the guys just did not improve from last year to this year.
But, Maz, I ask you, why are you scratching your head? We've talked about it the whole offseason, them bringing back Tim Boyle, them bringing back David Blau. We didn't agree with either one. We didn't think either one was going to go out there and, win your games. We didn't agree on it. We wanted another backup quarterback. So whether it's because he got hurt or whether it's not because he got hurt, whether he knew the system, to me, frankly, it doesn't matter. Like, I think we're placing too much and worrying about the situation that, frankly, doesn't matter.
Right, it's a backup quarterback, and you're right. We do put a lot of emphasis on it, but it's a Lions quarterback situation. That's why we talk about it so much. So why are you bringing these guys in then and riding with them when you had a chance to draft a quarterback or had a chance to sign a free agent? You rolled those guys, and now you got Nate Sudfeld.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that now, Maz, in terms of the draft of the guy. And here's where I'll disagree with you. You said that you're not sure the players would rather Sudfeld over Blau. Braylon, you might be better to say this than me, but I believe that the players, who they like and who they want, are two different things. I might like David Blau, but if my job depends on if David Blau is going to get me the football or not, give me the other guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Talent always wins when my money's on the line. If I'm depending on you, I like you, I love you to death, I just wish you were a little bit better. If my money is on the line, depending upon your arm and your play at quarterback, give me the best guy every day of the week. Now, maybe you might not think Sudfeld is better than Blau. Yeah. I'll respectfully disagree with you on that, too, because I've seen Blau. Sudfeld hadn't been all that great in the NFL, but perhaps.
Did you see Blau's his guts and the way he got a play done?
Great guy. I love
the underhand throws, two of them on Sunday.
We love him.
Two underhand throws as he was getting his clock clean.
We love him, but he can't play.
Yeah, you asked a question at the end of the day. You look at what they did 2 years ago, not this past season, but last year, going to the 2021 season. They were sitting in the team meeting room watching David Blau's wife run the hurdles at the Olympics. They've built a bond with David Blau. They've built a friendship with him. They've enjoyed his success as his family was enjoying success. So they've built that friendship. If he's just a little bit less than Sudfeld, then the players don't care. If he's just a little bit less, but there's a significant difference, which I think there is. There's a significant difference. Then it's like, hey, look, you're an amazing guy. I hope your wife kills it at the 2024 Olympics. But I'm going to go ahead with this guy Sudfeld.
We'll be friends for a long time.
100%. I agree with you on that, Ron. I agree.
He's not even on the practice squad yet. That's what surprises me. There's no backup quarterback on the practice squad. And you have a list now of the practice squad. Today they added a kicker. Aldrick Rosas is now added on to the practice squad.
This practice squad is probably as impressive a practice squad list as we've seen the Lions have in quite some time, which isn't bad because, look, if somebody gets hurt, you can bring one of these guys up. I mean, former first-round pick Jared Davis.
I was just looking at that.
We think alike, Braylon, and about 80% of the time we think alike, maybe 90%.
If you're 100%, I think we might be closing on 90-91. If you're Jared Davis or Gerard Davis, however the name wants to be pronounced, like, do you go to practice squad after being first-round draft pick?
I don't think he has a choice.
Yeah, he does have a choice. He can retire.
Well, yeah, but why not pick up some money?
What money are you picking up for practice squad?
$80,000, right?
Yeah,
80 grand.
I think they get more than that.
Yeah, they might get 80 to 100 grand in practice squad, but you're also trying to elongate your career.
Correct.
I mean, somebody gets injured, and linebacker's a spot where somebody gets injured all the time.
But your practice squad after being drafted in the first round, I've never seen this happen.
Yeah.
4 years ago, you were drafted in the first round. Now you're on a practice squad. I've never seen it happen. The only thing I can think about is if he's trying to maybe become a coach one day. Then it makes sense for you to be on the roster. Because I would want to coach with Dan Campbell.
Justin Jackson, Tom Kennedy, A.J. Parker, Anthony Pittman, Dan Skipper. I mean, that's a nice group. There was a tough decision on who to keep and who not to keep. Brad Holmes and Ray Agnew spoke to the media just moments ago. You're going to hear that next. But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
That's right. 27 locations, a couple right here on Woodward, and more on the way. And if you join the Pepper Club, they're going to save you $5 against any competitor on unlimited tanning. Plus, you get the cleanest salons in the D, and you get to meet the Chili Pepper girls. That's right, the best deals, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters. It's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
The players, most importantly, I mean, I respect the hell out of them. I mean, they gave everything. It was a fierce competition, you know, in camp, and they reported ready to go, and they gave us everything they had. They really did the grind, the strain. So hats off to all 90 of them that were here.
That was Brad Holmes and Assistant General Manager Ray Agnew earlier today. That audio courtesy of our very own Maddie Miller, Woodward Sports Lions beat reporter. Happy to have her. We'll have her join the show at some point over the next couple of days for sure. She's down there at camp right now, so that takes today out. But nonetheless, look, Brad Holmes got to be happy with what he's seen throughout training camp so far, and that is an agonizing decision to make when you're playing with people's lives. You almost feels like, and I don't know if anybody out there has ever been on a jury, but it feels like somebody's life is in your hands.
Yeah.
In a much different way. I mean, you are making or breaking somebody's life. You have the power to make that decision. Feels like jury duty almost.
I saw my banker getting the car behind you, Deborah McConnell, that I used with JP Morgan back in the day. I haven't seen her in years. But Yeah, you do. You have someone's life in your hands, and I think that's why you see Dan Campbell take it so seriously. He talked about at the beginning of camp on Hard Knocks, hey, look, don't pay attention to if you're a starter. Don't pay attention if you're a backup. Don't pay attention to if you don't have a spot yet and you're trying to find one. You're trying to make the squad. Listen, Dan Campbell has done everything that he can by these players that have played for him. Everything that he's called for these players to do during camp, during OTAs, during mini camp, during freshman camp as well. He's been there for these guys. He's constantly talked about getting them reps, getting them some film, allowing other teams to have a chance to see him, even releasing some guys early so that they had a chance to make teams faster. So they've done everything right that they could do. And Brad Holmes, it just shows you to the humility to the human beings that they are and the good-natured human beings they are. Look, they're building a roster. Ladies and gentlemen, they are trying to find the best players that fit the mold that they're creating down in Allen Park so that they can win some games at Ford Field, so they can go on the road and win some games. Some of these guys, they don't fit into that mold, but they've given them opportunities, and I guarantee you they've given them good recommendations to the next team that may try to pick these guys up.
Yeah, and look, the organization, we believe, is in a pretty darn good spot right now from top to bottom. I mean, from ownership to Chris Spielman to Brad Holmes to Dan Campbell, you feel like everything is a little bit. And one of the things that Jared Davis said, talking about a practice squad guy, the building this time around compared to the building when he was here the first time is a much different building. It's a better building.
Yeah, it's a building that seems like it's conducive to winning. It seems like it may be conducive to getting guys involved, guys being together, guys fighting together, guys staying together. It seems like that. We had Marcus Pollard on the show, who's my brother-in-law. We had him on the show last year. He's the head of player development for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year and has been for the last 7. He talked about when he came here in 2000, talked about what it was like being, not 2000, but 2004, what it was like in the Detroit Lions locker room. It was a you-know-what show. It was a type of show. Guys were showing up when they wanted to. Guys were practicing when they wanted to. Guys were coming up lame when they wanted to, basically faking injuries. It's a whole nother deal now, man. You're holding guys accountable. And I think that's the biggest thing that's changed, Ryan. Down there in Allen Park, Ford Field, Dan Campbell is holding his players and coaches accountable. When you hold somebody accountable and they believe in you and they will allow you to do that, you can achieve and you can get more out of that player.
Without question. And we're going to get Maz's game-by-game predictions.
I'm excited to see that.
I know. I am, too, actually.
I am.
I'm really looking forward to this, Tom Mazawey. How much thought did you put into this? Let me ask you this. Did you have a record in mind?
No.
And no, you just went game by game.
Game by game, and I went back over to go a couple of times, and I wanted to switch a couple of games. So as I go over it with you guys, I'll explain my rationale. But you put yours out first, and I knew what yours was. All right, so I basically looked at yours, and I just followed my own road. You know me. I follow my own route.
You march to the beat of your own drum.
I do. And I didn't do this on purpose. I did this in real time. You did yours first. I put mine in second, and Braylon put his in third, and we did them like that. But yesterday we had Braylon, so I get my day today.
I'm going to ask you guys this question. After the draft, let's say after the draft, kind of when the first odds came out, it said Lions 6.5.
Right.
That was the over, that was the under, right? How much did your picks, because you said 10 and 7, how much did your picks change from the time the over and under came out? How much did yours change? I'll tell you mine first. Remember, immediately I said take the under. I said 5-6 is where I see this team. Then I got to 7 because I was floating to 7 and 10 for a while. And finally, when you guys asked me to do my picks, I stuck with 6. But mine's kind of floated. It was 5-6. Then it was 7, and I ended up staying at 6.
I didn't think about the over/under once, actually.
I did.
When I didn't think about it one time, and I can honest to God.
From like then
I know.
To now.
I honest to God, I never thought about it once. In fact, when I did the game by game, I actually had them at 11 wins, 11 and 6, and then I was like, I gotta find a loss in here somewhere. And that was the Jets. I had them losing to the Jets, mine, to get to 10 and 7. I originally had them beat the Jets for 11 and 6. By the way, talking about this 53-man roster, Brad Holmes spoke about the strength of what he believes this Lions 53 are. Here he is, Brad Holmes.
We won't kind of take more talented guys that aren't as reliable and, you know, guys that are not as talented but are much more reliable. You know, I mean, we're not going to say, oh, we'll just go talent, because we're not just collecting talent. We're trying to build the right team and have the right 53.
And one of those guys on the right 53, no doubt about it, is the right number 2 overall pick. I mean, this thing fell in the Lions' lap after Jacksonville seemingly surprisingly took Trayvon Walker, number 1 overall. For months it was Aiden Hutchinson, but the Lions got him at 2. Here's Brett Holmes talking about Hutch.
Stop smiling. I love the kid. The kid's relentless, man. Effort, and much better athlete than you thought he was in the draft process, man. It's the things he can do, rushing the passer, you know, inside, off the edge, using his hands. He's very creative as a rusher. I'll just say this, we got the right one.
And that was Lions assistant general manager Ray Agnew sitting next to Brett Holmes, Lions general manager.
Another football man.
Yep.
Another football guy.
Great to hear Agnew say that. Great to hear Brett Holmes say that as well. I mean, I think that, you know, we all kind of felt that way. We all thought that maybe Aiden Hutchinson was a run-trick opponent. You know, maybe he wasn't as athletic side to side. And when you say athleticism, whenever you're dealing with a defensive lineman or a linebacker and you say athletic, you're talking about side to side. Because everybody can go straight downhill, north and south, but it's side to side. And I think you saw a lot of that in the preseason in terms of in practice. You saw some of that in the workouts before training camp started, and then in the games. You know, that first game was very telling. So, but I'm still interested to see what is the ceiling on Aiden Hutchinson. I believe he's an anomaly. I believe at every turn you keep saying, oh, well, 3.5 sacks going to the senior year. Well, he breaks the sack record. Well, that might be it. Then you see this new athletic. Then you see something more during training camp. He's an anomaly, and it's going to be interesting to watch the process from game 1, September 11th, all the way through the end of the season in January, because I think he could be even more special than Agnew thinks.
I want to keep an eye on Trayvon Walker, too. I mean, it's...
For sure.
I want to see what this kid can do and what he will do. And I want to know if Jacksonville got it right. I mean, they were right there. They could have had anyone they wanted. Each round was in theirs. It's going to be very interesting to see his career versus Aiden Hutchinson's.
As a Lions fan, though.
Same with Sauce against, who did the Houston
Derek
Texans?
Stingley Jr.
Yeah, Derek Stingley Jr.
As a Lions fan, though, you have to just smile yourself when Ray Agnew says, I can't stop smiling. Because how many times do you draft a player to your organization only to get that player in and work with you for a month of training camp, and you quickly realize that player is a fugazi?
Yeah.
You know it right away.
Joey Harrington.
It doesn't even take training camp.
No.
Like, it doesn't even take training camp. As soon as these guys get drafted, the week after you get drafted, you do it rookie camp. You can see guys in rookie camp and say, he should look a lot better than those other rookies. He should look a lot different than those guys that didn't get drafted. And then when you bring the full team together, you're like, did we screw the pooch?
So, Bray, the point is, you have these 2 football guys who have been with Hutch for a while now, throughout training camp, smiling from ear to ear, saying, the guy that we picked is even better than we thought he was. That, my friends, is a great spot to be in if you're a Lions fan, and certainly the Lions organization. Aiden Hutchinson, defensive player of the year, defensive rookie of the year. I think for a lot of us, that's who we're going with.
Don't forget where Brad Holmes is coming from. Don't forget where Brad Holmes was before last season. He was in Los Angeles with the Rams, and you know what that D-line had on it. So if he's getting excited, knowing what he's seen for 4 or 5 years with the Los Angeles Rams and Aaron Donald, a couple other guys, could say a lot.
Without question. All right, guys, you have waited for it. You have called for it. You have clamored for it. We have seen it on social media. The YouTube chat is out cold right now. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes by the end of Maz's game-by-game breakdown. We'll have that for you.
Let's get it, Maz.
Next, Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. But first, a message from Cintron.
I woke up today. I felt really great. But to make myself even feel better, because I had to get energized to come in and listen to Maz's prediction on the NFC North as well as the Detroit Lions game by game. So I had myself a Cintron, the cranberry flavor that is, and I feel amazing. And I'm ready to go. Pre-order limited edition Centron right now, 6-pack. This is what they're doing. A limited edition 6-packs with their 3 main flavors. That is the cranberry, that is the sugar-free, as well as the classic. CentronWorld.com/Red Wings. They are partners with the Detroit Red Wings. They are trying to turn things around in the city. They're also trying to turn things around in your belly with a little bit of that energy that is Centron. Drink it, live it with Centron.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
All summer long, the Monroe Street Midway is open in downtown Detroit. Enjoy basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art, live music, food trucks, and more. A fun, safe event for everyone between the ages of 1 and 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more info. That is deckedoutdetroit.com.
All right, Maz, here we go.
.com. Pay to get the Wi-Fi to work, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. What do you think?
Oh, right.
Me and you go in and buy some Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah.
How about me and you?
Very good. Hey, guys, welcome in. Thank you for making Woodward Sports part of your day. Plenty of great announcements coming up in days. We will have that for you.
How about
Very
that?
excited about it.
It's all good, huh?
It is all good. Woodward Sports coming. How about that?
They are coming.
All right, Maz, here we go. You have the floor, my friend.
All right, boys, stick with me now, all
Okay.
right? What was your number?
10-7.
Braylon, what was yours?
6-11.
I am 8-9. Right in the sweet spot. And I did not fall. I did not do that on purpose to get in the middle of you guys. I'm starting it out, as I told you.
Don't you always try, though?
I do. I'm going for the upset in round 1.
Okay.
Game 1. I told you. 9/11. Special day in America. I hope everyone shows up and stands up and does a little prayer.
Lord.
While you're counting it, pray for the Detroit Lions.
Everybody's going to stand up,
Because
man.
Philadelphia, it probably should be a 10-point favorite minimum. But they are a 4-point favorite. So I am going with Vegas on this one. My 2 words, I always tell you guys, Vegas knows.
If
Take
Vegas
the
didn't know
Lions.
Cincinnati was going to be in that Super Bowl, did they?
That's a whole year, Braylon. I'm talking about week number 1 here, okay? I'm going with the upset. Beat Philadelphia. Now, I struggled because I was going to have them beat Washington instead and lose to Philly. But I'm going with the hard knocks. Up the hill, they made it, and now's their chance. That's why I think they beat Philly, and then they fall on their faces against the Washington Commanders. But that's going to be a close game. I think they will be a pretty close favorite in that game, but I still think they lose late in that game. That makes them 1-1. Then they go to Minnesota. They always play Minnesota tough. With the Vikings at home, I can't go against them. Vikings win that game, and they cover. So they're 2-1. Game 4 is the Seattle Seahawks. They're always like my dark horse team that I root for. But they don't have Russell Wilson anymore. But they still have Pete Carroll, and they got a hell of a receiver corps. I don't know about the running game yet. Maybe K9 will get in there. Rashad Penny, for sure. I think they nip the Seattle Seahawks. I never thought I would pick the Lions over the Seahawks. But I'm going to do it this time to make them go 2-2 to go 1 game before their break. They go to New England, Foxborough, Patriots favored by 7. I think the Patriots win that game, but they will not cover the 7 points. The Lions hang with them. Somebody runs into Matt Patricia and breaks his leg in this game, but that's the loss. They lose that game at New England, so they go into the break at 2-3, if you're asking me. Ryan, do you think I'm way off right now?
I don't think you're way off. I don't. I think it's I think, in fact, a 2-3 start is many Lions fans' best case scenario.
Correct. That's mine.
I think a 2-3 start is the best case scenario for many Lions fans.
And Braylon, I know you've got them winning what? 1 game in the first break?
Yeah, I went through your whole list already. I don't.
Well, we're up to the first four games.
I'll just get mine at the end.
Okay, here we go.
Get mine at the end.
We're coming out of the break and we go to Arlington. We play the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. I think, again, they hang with the Cowboys and they lose late in this game. So Dallas beats them, but they beat them close. Now they come home for the Miami Dolphins, the new and improved Miami Dolphins. That team is got a lot of talent on it. I do think the running game is a little suspect, but I think they get the job done and they beat the Lions at home. Now, the Green Bay Packers come in. Here we go. Packers at Ford Field. Lions have had houses of horrors. You remember the big Thursday night game when Aaron Rodgers throws that Hail Mary to Richard Rodgers? I'll still never get that out of my head. I think the Lions upset the Packers. Packers come in favored by 4, maybe the 6-point favorite, and the Lions upset them. So they're flying high, Rye, as they head into Chicago. And Chicago nips
miserable.
them. Chicago nips them. The Lions fall on their asses after that big win against Green Bay, and they lose to Chicago. But have hope, because now they go to the Meadowlands. The New York Football Giants. My team growing up, them and the Jets. What a horror show they are. Daniel Jones, I don't even know if he'll be quarterback by then. Tyrod Taylor might be your starter in that game. They beat the G-Men at the Meadowlands, and then they come for Thanksgiving Day. What's my record up to Thanksgiving Day, Ryan?
So, up to Thanksgiving Day or at Thanksgiving Day?
Up to Thanksgiving Day.
4 wins.
4 and 5, right?
4 wins, 5 losses. 6 losses.
4 and 6?
3. Yep.
4 and 6 at Thanksgiving.
4 and 6. We go into Thanksgiving. We give Buffalo all they want. The Bills beat them, but the Lions cover that game. So now we fall to 4 and 7.
4 and 7.
Here we go. We're home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Lions lay the leather on the Jags. They just beat the living daylights out of them. Trevor Lawrence picked off 3 times in that game. So there's your 5th win. Minnesota coming to Ford Field. No way they're getting swept by the Vikings. Lions beat the Vikings late in that game for their next win. At the Jets, back to the Meadowlands. It turns out to be a really nice day in December at the Meadowlands.
Baby.
There they go. The Lions have now evened their record as they head into Carolina.
Playoffs!
Oh, no. We're in the hunt. We're in the hunt. No, we're not.
Oh.
We just lost to Baker Mayfield, who throws 4 touchdowns against the Lions. He burns poor Tracy Walker to death. Home for Chicago, setting up for the last game.
8-8.
They bury the Chicago Bears.
The
They're back in the hunt again. CBS and Fox has them in the hunt. All they got to do is beat the Packers and get some luck.
Football.
They got to get some luck. They get flexed into a Sunday night game against the Packers. And the Packers wallop them at the end of the game.
45-10.
Final 8 wins and 9 losses.
All right,
I love you, Lions.
We're going to take a break, come right back and react. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. You see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Whether you're home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you stays safe. Call this number above my head where it usually is. 1-800-STAY-OUT. There we go. 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Hey everybody, for a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just the Slim Jim, it is the Big Jim. How about that? How about the chili cheese? What a tease that is. And guess what else is new? It's the Burger Blue. How about upgrading those fries? Little chili cheese fries. How about some baked potato fries? And some nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
All right, man, so you have it. You have 8 and 9 Lions season. Fletch put it back up. Braylon, your initial thoughts of the Maz game-by-game breakdown is what?
Well, out of the three of us, Maz was much more exciting than me, and it was much more exciting than you. Like Maz's storytell, but you assisted on it.
I tried, yeah.
You definitely assisted.
Trying to make things interesting.
It was very good. Like I would say it was very good. To be honest, man, I don't really have a huge discrepancy on it. I just the two things is they're not beating Philly and they're not beating Vikings. You gotta look at when they play the Vikings. Okay,
You think they'd get swept by the Vikings?
I got the Vikings.
I know.
So I've already answered this question 9 times. You want me for the 10th? Here you go. 10th time? Yes, they're going to get swept.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry.
Okay.
Here we go again.
Let's check it.
Here we go again. The black man's always angry. They're not going to beat Philly. So I just disagree with that. I know both of you guys have it kind of like a, it's anybody can win week 1. So I get that. But no, they're not beating Philly. They're not beating Vikings because you got to look. I got the Vikings winning the division. I have the Vikings potentially being in the NFC.
They can still win the division, Bray.
But what I'm trying to tell you, this is crunch time. Like teams in crunch time, Lions won't be playing for what they're playing for. The Vikings are going to be hitting on all cylinders week 14, going into that December. They know what time it is. They're not about to waste time losing with the Lions. And so that's how I look at that game. And the other one was Green Bay. You got them beating Green Bay the first game out the gate?
Yeah, at home.
Get out of here.
All right.
So
I got those three.
I got the Packers winning the division still.
I know, but they're not going to beat the Packers game 1. Your best bet is to do the old faithful where the Packers bench everybody week 18 and they beat the Packers then. They're not beating Aaron Rodgers week 9 in the midst of when things are starting to get rolling in the NFC and AFC.
So let me ask you guys.
But I don't have a problem with your list, just those three.
Did you do an NFC North prediction too?
Of course.
All right, let me see that real quick and then I'll get back to this game by game.
Here's my NFC North prediction. Go ahead, Fletcher. I got the Packers 11-6. Okay, a little step down from last year, but not as bad as you think they are, Ryan. Yeah. I got the Vikings falling to 10-7. Well, improving to 10-7 from 8 wins last year. I got the Lions at 8-9. I got the Bears. I don't think they'll be that bad. 6 wins. They might only win 5. I got them winning 6. They're definitely the worst in the division. They picked up 7 guys off waivers yesterday. So there's your pick.
All right, let me say this about we'll go back to the game-by-game breakdown. Here's a question for both of you guys. So after Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've each done a game-by-game breakdown. All 3 of us have the Lions losing at Minnesota, at Dallas, home against Miami, home against Buffalo, and at Green Bay.
Yeah.
So I've got the Lions losing 7 times. You've got them losing 11 times, and you've got them losing 9 times.
Correct.
All 3 of us have picked 5 of the same losses.
Yeah.
Of any of those 5 games that we have the Lions going 0-5, is there one there where you're like, I wanted to make that a win, but I didn't. But I could see them winning.
Dallas.
I got Miami.
I was gonna say Dallas too.
It's Dallas. Like people keep saying Miami, and then I heard Lomas say it. So it's not the first time we've heard it on the show. The run game. Well, look at their running backs. You got Chase Edmonds. It's a damn good running back for the Arizona Cardinals for a second. You got Raheem Mostert, played in the Super Bowl, looked pretty good for the 49ers. And, oh, by the way, they also have Myles Gaskin, who was up for the Heisman at one point at the University of Washington. They're much better than people think. And then you bring in Mike McDonald, who ran the run game for the 49ers. That run game and that offense is going to be much different than it has been in the past. So I just look at that team and I just can't get past that team.
I'll give you guys this. Dallas, it's off the break. So, they can upset Dallas off their bye. Yeah. They have the worst bye in the NFL, by the way. They got week 5. That's the worst. Yeah, the worst bye.
I think you're looking at Dallas, and we've talked about this. Dallas continues to lose players, or they continue to bring back. They paid Trevor Lawrence, who hasn't had a double-digit sack season. DeMarcus Lawrence, who hasn't had a double-digit sack season in the last 4 years. You get rid of Randy Gregory, who's your best defensive player, whose name is not Micah Parsons. You get rid of him. You're getting rid of players that help Micah Parsons be able to play at the level that he played at last year. Oh, by the way, Cedric Wilson Jr. is gone. Oh, by the way, you get rid of Amari Cooper. So when I look at Dallas has a lot of issues that they got to address. They get rid of Lyle Collins, one of the best offensive linemen. Tyron Smith gets injured. So far, might not play this season. So I definitely could see them losing to that Dallas Cowboys team. The only thing why I picked them is it's at Jerry's World. Because if that game was here, I think I would pick the Lions.
The thing with Miami, I've talked myself into thinking that Miami is a really good team. And they might be a really good team, but they might also start the season 0-4. I mean, it is incredible. They played New England, who was a playoff team a year ago. So, again, I don't believe in New England this year. I think Miami wins that game, but conceivably, Miami and Bill Belichick has traditionally owned Miami.
But that's the tough spot. Miami is a team that sneaks and beats the Patriots, though. Yeah. And they've been the one to sneak and beat the Patriots over the last 10, 15 years. Yeah.
Then you go at Baltimore, Bills, at Bengals. I mean, that is one hell of a tough month to start. There are no gimmies there. No gimmies
at all.
What
happens after that?
At Jets.
Win.
Home against the Vikings.
That's going to be tough.
Home against the Steelers.
Win.
But tough.
But tough game. But quarterback.
And then at Lions.
Win.
Yeah, but I mean they're really they got a hell of a schedule first 8 games.
I'm getting killed because
everybody's got a hell of a schedule.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm getting killed because I had the Lions losing to the Bears once, and I have the Bears winning 6 games. I said maybe 5, but they're killing me. And I got Joey 2 times, I think it is, calling me a homer. How's that a homer? How many wins do you think they're going to have, guys? I mean, the YouTube chat is all over it.
I don't know.
You can't make anybody happy, but I just said 6.
Yeah, you can't make anyone happy.
You can't make anyone happy. So that's
Mike Townsend, he's more knowledgeable than all of us put together.
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy.
I just think with the Lions, man, like they're trying to put things in the right direction. I see things moving in the right direction, but I can't give them 10 wins. I can't give them 8 wins.
Hey guys,
I see 6.
Guess what, guys? We're all just having fun, and we're guessing.
I'm not even yelling. So if the guys, if I'm not yelling, the people in the chat definitely
relax.
I've been super relaxed through this whole process. I'm actually proud of myself.
I mean, you look at the AFC. If you make the playoffs in the AFC, I mean, Miami could probably win 11, 12 games in the NFC. But in the AFC, they might go 8-9, 7-10. I mean, look at the playoff teams last year: Buffalo, New England, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Kansas City, and Las Vegas. Now, the AFC South is going to have a division winner. So that's either Tennessee or Indianapolis. I feel like one team is going to come out of there.
I'm going Indianapolis.
Okay, fine. Then Tennessee, I don't think is going to make the playoffs. No. The AFC West has 4 teams that could make the playoffs.
True.
You got the Chiefs in last.
I do.
That is the thing, but this is the thing too. Now here's the in my DMAC. By the way, I've noticed some other individuals still in the word caveat. I'm not gonna name no names, but that's a Woodward Sports product. It's probably a DMAC, by the way. But another caveat to that: Justin Herbert got to prove he can make the playoffs. Like 2 years in, he hasn't made the playoffs. I get it. He threw for whatever, and you can say it wasn't his fault. We still yet to see him make the playoffs. You got to see it. I need to see it with Vegas and the Raiders. Derek Carr got to show me that he's not a regular season quarterback. Derek Carr puts up 4,400 yards and does all that, but he doesn't make the playoff. Then he does make the playoff and he loses, and he doesn't look good. So you got these teams. You've got these players that have come to these teams. Devontae Adams is now the wide receiver over there. You look at the Chargers. You got Khalil Mack. You signed J.C. Jackson from the Patriots. What the hell are they doing on that one, to your point? But you still got to put it together. I got to see it into fruition. And look at the Bengals. Bengals snuck into the playoffs last year. and got rid of a couple people. They got rid of their tight end, Uzama, who I like. Got rid of a couple.
Did they get rid of him?
They did. They got rid of a couple.
I know they got
linemen.
O.J. Howard now.
They got O.J. Howard. That's why. But then they got rid of a couple linemen. So I got to see the Bengals do it again, because last year they struggled and they snuck in, and then they snuck in the Super Bowl. So I'm not putting the Bengals out there as they're a 12-win team. I got to see it.
Fair enough. And you know what else we got to see? Today is a Top 10 Thursday.
Oh, my.
Braylon Edwards has the Top 10 today.
Surprise.
We'll have that for you next. But first, the message from Gypsy Vodka.
That's right. The official drink of the summer. Summer's closing, but guess what? The Mulligan is still here. That's right. Introducing or reintroducing the Mulligan. 8% alcohol seltzer, and it is 8%. I say it every day. Please take it gently. Iced tea, amazing. Lemonade, my favorite. And mango, also a smooth runner-up. Adam and Mike support the Michigan distillers. Stop leaving the state. Stop going elsewhere to get your good brands when they're right here. Petoskey, Michigan's finest. Get it, support it. Whether you're on a golf course, whether you're in the backyard barbecuing, you're downtown, you're over at your boy's house watching a little bit of Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, or even today, Thursday night college season starts. That is right. Why don't you give yourself some of that Mulligan? If you're going to drink responsibly.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Academy of Warren is currently enrolling for kindergarten through 8th grade. It features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. Speaking of athletics, Academy of Warren features a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field. Also can be used for 7-on-7 football. Enroll today at academyofwarren.net. That is academyofwarren.net.
And we are so appreciative to have met Mr. Kearney down there at the Academy last Friday. It was an awesome experience. So good to see those facilities as well.
Got a tour, man.
Absolutely.
That sports house is nice. It's half turf field for the soccer. It's also half basketball court. Big spaces in there, man. And it's the 7th and 8th grade wing where they do that. So if you're in middle school, you got your whole wing, man. Parents, think about it. Academy of Warren.
Those facilities are second to none. Welcome in hour number 2 of the program. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey, Fletch and Flannel flanking us here in the booths. College football tonight. We'll talk to Scotty G coming up in just a little bit. Get you some picks for the weekend and all that stuff. But as we do each and every Thursday, it is a Top 10 Thursday. Braylon Edwards, your list today.
I'm up, man.
Oh, are we doing the switcheroo?
You know
Come on up. We got to do the...
Do you want to switch or should I do it from the seat?
Just do it from the seat.
I'll do it from the seat.
Maz can't get up. He's locked in.
I'll do it from the seat. Maz is locked in. I don't want my guy to have to move. I'm good. And then,
good, man.
This is a little bit different. Less energy will be exuberated. So you know what? Go ahead and throw these up and throw up 6 through... There we go. So what I did was Braylon's top 10 games this season.
Oh, look at
Figured
you.
we do a different spin on them, talking about the same players, the same things we've been talking about all off season.
That's
Something
homework.
different.
That's homework.
We I appreciate that.
You got an A+ on your homework.
Thank you so much. Game 10 in my top 10 games this year.
There it is.
Browns, Panthers. That's 9-11. That's week 1. You know what time it is. It's Baker Mayfield, who, oh, by the way, it says he didn't say that. But then you realize that he did say it. But he said it off the camera that he was going to F them up. So I think the Browns, Myles Garrett, I think they're in for a rude awakening with Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to get off in that game.
Stephen A. had a great comment about Baker Mayfield's comment.
Yeah.
He's like, I have a feeling that he thought he said it off the record, or he said it off the record.
I saw that.
And the reporter reported it. He's like, He's like, everybody knows me, knows I got a rule.
Yeah.
If you tell me something,
I won't tell him. Yeah, if you tell me.
He said,
I saw it.
I don't have anything off the record. If you tell me something, it's going.
Oh, but what I heard him say was, if you tell me it's off the record, he won't say anybody. Because he said, I'm from New York. We don't snitch. He said, if you tell me it's off the record. Yeah.
I mistook that because I know people that say, do not tell me something off the record. My first responsibility is to the job, not you. I will tell. So I love that, actually.
Yeah. He said, if, I'm from New York. If you tell me, don't say nothing, I won't say anything. He said, with me, it's either I don't say anything at all, or I don't use your name, as we said.
Yeah.
So game 2, I got the Broncos and the Seahawks. Russell Wilson goes back to Seattle, plays against his old team. See what that's going on. That's also week 1.
That's the Monday night game.
That's the Monday night that week. I want to see the fireworks. Obviously, Seahawks aren't that good, but I want to see the welcome. I want to see the boos. I want to see Russell go out there and light it up, light it on fire.
He ain't going to get booed.
Hey, Broncos Nation, let's ride. Mm-hmm. Broncos Nation, let's ride. Game 8 is the Broncos versus Texans. We all know I want to see that. Browns versus Texans. The Texans stink, but guess what? That will be Deshaun Watson's first game as a Cleveland Brown, and guess who he's playing against? His former team, where all this BS started, in Houston at the Texas Arena.
The Browns get 2 top 10 games of the year, and that's a fact.
100%, 100%. Game 7, Dolphins versus the 49ers. I think this would be a good game to see how good Tua is, how good McDonald is. It's McDonald going against his former team in the 49ers, where he was offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel, excuse me. I want to see that play out. I think that would be a good one. And then 6, Chargers versus Raiders. That Chargers versus Raiders game, by the way, is 12-4. My mom's birthday. Happy early birthday, Mom.
Well, that's a rematch of last year.
89.
Yeah. Remember the game last year that ended the season?
100%, and that's why they got it right.
Should have been a tie. Did it end in a tie, or did someone wind up winning that game?
No, Raiders won. That's how they got in the playoffs.
Did they got the win?
Raiders got the win. That's how they got in the playoffs. Flip it. Let's get to the 1 through 5.
Here we
1
go.
through 5. How you liking them so far?
I like them.
Some good games.
Yep.
1 through 5. We already knew what 1 was. We already knew what 1 was going to be. But 1 through 5, starting at 5, the Ravens and the Bengals. You talk about Lamar Jackson having all his players back. All the King's men, they're back again. Lamar Jackson to be revamped. He might get his deal before then. If he doesn't, he's really going to be okay. If I was the Bengals, I would actually hope that Lamar Jackson gets his deal done before the season. Because if he doesn't, he's going to be playing some phenomenal football. Game 4, Green Bay versus the Bills. Something about just seeing the baddest man in football at quarterback position, whose name is Aaron Rodgers, playing against the guy that's trying to take that spot, and Josh Allen, who might be the number 1 quarterback in the league. So I want to see how that plays out. Also, I want to see Aaron Rodgers' new weapons. Number 3, KC versus the Bucks, a rematch of the Super Bowl from 2 years ago. Want to see it.
Ugly Super Bowl.
It was an ugly Super Bowl unless you were a defensive fan.
Yeah. Unless
you were a defensive fan or an AD fan or a Gronkowski fan, because they got in the end zone a couple of times. Want to see how that one plays out. Number 2, the Rams versus the Bucks, a rematch of the NFC semifinal game last year.
Awesome.
To which, this is the reason why I want to watch it. What did Matt Stafford say? He said, I snatched his soul.
Ooh.
You can't tell. You can't say out loud that you snatched Tom Brady's soul, win the Super Bowl, and think he won't process that and save it for later. So I want to see how that plays out this year. And then number 1, this is the one we all want to see: Bills versus Chiefs. This is a rematch of the coin flip game, as appointed by Maz. Also, Josh Allen. Everybody's giving him MVP. Everybody's saying he's going to be the MVP. Everybody's saying he's the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. Now, I get it. Patrick Mahomes had a down year. Yeah, I know, that's my guy. For how he is, he had a down year, blah, blah, blah. Still had amazing stats. But this guy has yet to beat this guy. And he can't do it in the regular season, and he can't do it in the playoffs. And in the words of Ric Flair, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And so this game right here is going to be the game that everybody is waiting for. patiently, because that game is going to take off and be electric. So that's the number one game, and maybe number one game ever watched in the NFL regular season game. Think about it. We've been talking about that coin flip since it happened.
No doubt.
So.
No doubt.
That's my top 10 games. That's my top 10 games. That's what I have for you.
How about next Thursday to lead off the year?
I got
the world champion Rams against the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know which game you take off the list, but that is a game that you look forward to the matchup and the fact that it's the first game of the year. But again, maybe that one's just a given. These games, I don't know which game you take off.
No, they're all good.
They're all good.
Yeah, I got news for you.
The one next week, I think that's number one. This one right here was how I played it. That's a cover-up for saying I dropped the ball on that one. I forgot that one.
Hey, I could add it.
You know what? I had an A+, Maz. I'm going to have to take an A-.
No, you got A+.
A- because I forgot that game, and that game should be in the top 3. So
hey,
I apologize.
Especially because it's next week.
Yeah,
it's game number 1. And I'll tell you what, you could add. Football is so good. The NFL is so good. You probably could add another 25 games on that list. That's how good this game has gotten. How does it get better?
Green Bay and the Vikings will be fighting for the division championship towards the end of the year. That was a game I looked at as well. So
where's the Lions-Packers last game? Where's
Again,
that?
I
for the
feel
wild card.
It's so hard to say this, but I feel
That's
like
a wild pick.
The amount of good NFL teams there's as many good teams in the NFL now as ever before.
Absolutely.
Collectively in the 32-team league. Guys,
and the Lions are crawling their way up there.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, come right back. Who has more to prove this year, this season, in 2022? Jim Harbaugh or Mel Tucker? We'll have that for you as college football takes center stage this weekend. We'll have that for you coming up next. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
There it is.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Woodward Sports Network, very excited to see college football kick off this weekend. Michigan State plays Friday night, and then, of course, Wolverines on Saturday. College football tonight, really excited about it, too. Yeah. You've got Penn State and Purdue on Fox. Can't beat that to start the year. I mean, my goodness, that's really good.
I want to see 2 things as it relates to those 2 teams, and I'll make it quick. With Purdue, we're tired of Jeff Brown, who's the coach of Purdue. We're tired of you beating the Ohio States. We're tired of you beating the Michigan States when they're undefeated and they're controlling their own destiny. Can you string together 12 games worth of play? Can you string together 9 wins in regulation? Can you take that next step? Because they've been knocking on the door. They've had some tremendous players. They've had some tremendous wins. They've upset some teams. Take that next step. That's what I want to see out of Purdue. And then with James Franklin on the other side, look, you got paid last year. They re-upped you when they had no reason to. They got scared and they shouldn't have. They re-upped you. What are you going to do? Sean Clifford's playing this year, okay? He's back. He's not injured. What are you going to do? Because right now, you're the odd man out. You're what Jim Harbaugh was 4 years ago in the Big Ten East. What are you going to do, James Franklin?
You know what I want to see? I want to see Gus Johnson on the call tonight.
Yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock.
I want to see Gus Johnson.
Let me ask you guys quickly before we get into Michigan State. Do you avidly, openly root for one team over the other when Ohio State plays Notre Dame this weekend?
I hate Notre Dame. Like, I don't like Ohio State. I can't stand them. I hate them too. But they are a fun brand of football to watch. Like, their offense is always electric. Like, their running game isn't a boring running game. That they pass the ball like no other. On defense, they usually have defensive studs that make the game worth watching, make it exciting, whether it's the secondary position or whether it's the D-line, guys like Chase Young, guys like Denzel Ward. So they're a fun team to watch. Notre Dame, I hate everything about it. I hate the white. I hate the gold domes. I hate all of that. I hate the way they act. I hate it all. And I hate the brand of football they play. It's boring. Nothing ever excites me out of Notre Dame. I haven't been excited from Notre Dame since maybe Monte Teo.
New coach, though.
I know, but I'm just saying up until now, I got to see it on the field. So I would cheer for Ohio State over Notre Dame.
I hate Notre Dame for two reasons. One, I think they're the cockiest fan base we've ever seen, the cockiest university. Not so much fan base maybe, but the university itself and never wanting to join the Big Ten. And then two, I'll root for Ohio State because, again, Michigan plays Ohio State.
Yeah.
Michigan doesn't play Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame has this week against Ohio State, and then they've got USC at the end of the year. If you're in college football, collectively not Michigan, Michigan State, everybody else, you need Notre Dame to lose. And this is one of those games that you have a Notre Dame loss because, look, an unbeaten Notre Dame team, even a one-loss Notre Dame team, you may be in trouble.
It's dangerous. The one thing I will say, and we always talk about Notre Dame not joining the Big Ten, so we always talk about all the arrogance and they're this, that, and the third. The one thing I will give them is I wouldn't join either, and the reason why, Notre Dame is special right now. Like, Notre Dame is special. They're the winningest school of all time. They're the most storied program of all time, says, analysts and pundits or whatever. They have the Golden Domes. They have the most wins ever. They're consistent every year. They win 10 or 11 games. They've been in the playoff 3 times. Like, Notre Dame has 17 of the top 300 recruits.
I wouldn't schedule them.
I get that, but I'm just telling you this. 17 of the top 300 players right now, they got 17 of. That's more than the ACC. That's more than the Pac-12 and the Big 12. Michigan, the Big 12, the Big 10's 41.
Yeah.
SEC is like 100 and some change. They're special.
Yeah.
They join the Big 10. They join the SEC. They lose that specialness.
Just ask Penn State.
They're just another team now. When they were national champs and they was 90 or 89, you join the Big Ten, and that's the one thing I will lobby for them. If they don't join, they stay special. If they join, they're another team.
I don't disagree with you in that, but the Big Ten conference as a whole, I think, makes a mistake by scheduling Notre Dame.
Yeah.
If you want us to play you, join the conference. Because Ohio State, yes, it's special against Notre Dame, but it'd be special against Alabama or Georgia or Auburn or Tennessee or Texas or Oklahoma or USC. No, I'm saying Ohio State could schedule anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of those 20 big teams in a non-conference.
I want to see a bloodbath between Ohio State and Notre Dame. I want them to beat the living crap out of each other.
I don't care that.
Don't be so.
That's all I want to see.
Don't be surprised.
I'd like to see the game be close.
Don't be surprised if Ohio State loses.
They're 17-point favorites. I don't think they're going to lose.
I just said don't be surprised if they lose.
All right, guys. Michigan State, Jim Harbaugh, Mel Tucker. If I ask you the question, who has the most to prove this season, Tucker or Harbaugh, who would you say?
Is it me?
Sure.
Tucker. Mel Tucker, Michigan State. Here's why. And it's not a biased question. It's not a loaded question. I just think Mel Tucker. When you look at it from and keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we didn't say who's on the hot seat. Because I don't want you guys going back and say, oh, they said Mel Tucker's on the hot seat. Or they said Jim Harbaugh might be on the hot seat. Nobody said that. We said who has the most to prove in this season. Is it Mel Tucker, Michigan State? Is it Jim Harbaugh at University of Michigan? And it's Mel Tucker and Michigan State. This is why last year, or 2 years ago, they were 2-4. Nobody wanted Mel Tucker there. They were 2-4. They were trying to scream to get rid of him, get him out of there. They beat Michigan. Next year, they go 11-3. And they beat Michigan. Nobody was expecting anything out of Michigan State last year, nor were they expecting anything out of Michigan. Michigan State goes 11-3. They beat Michigan, and then they had some trouble along the way. But here's the kicker. You beat Michigan, that's all fine and dandy. Cool, you beat Michigan. You lost to Michigan State by 100 points. Adam. You lost to Michigan State by 100 points. You lost to Ohio State by 100 points. You beat Michigan, and you controlled your destiny, and then you stubbed your toe against Purdue. Then even in the ball game, Kenny Pickett doesn't play. You almost lose to a backup quarterback. And then the backup quarterback gets injured, and then you play the third-string quarterback, and then you win that game. I think for Mel Tucker, K9 covered up a lot last year. Okay? K9 covered up a lot. He's a tremendous running back, one of the best seasons we've seen in the Big Ten, a single rushing season. He covered up for a sorry offensive line. and he covered up for a less than average the secondary. That's what he did. This year, you no longer have K9, but now there's pressure on you because they paid you, Ryan, $10 million a season. You're being paid. $10 million a season is what Mel Tucker is essentially being paid. This will be the first year that eyes are on Mel Tucker. Nobody was watching Mel Tucker 2 years ago. As soon as he got out of Colorado, nobody was watching him. Nobody was watching Mel Tucker last year until the Michigan State game. Now, coming into the season, you're not under the radar anymore, Mel Tucker. Michigan State, you guys aren't under the radar. People picked you 14th. So he's under more pressure because I think with Michigan, they're Big Ten champs. They're returning Big Ten champs. Nobody picked Michigan last year, but they're better on offense than they were last year. So I don't think they have the same concerns. Michigan State, Mel Tucker, more to prove to me.
I'll be a little short on this one, but like you said, MSU, sure, he's got a show again. He's getting paid. But the MSU fans, Tuck's coming. They're going to still say Tuck's coming next year, and they're going to say Tuck's coming the next year after that. Harbaugh has got a big decision on his hands, on his quarterbacks, and he's got a team that's ready to repeat now. So I'm going to say this. If you want a chance to win the Big Ten again and beat Ohio State again, I think Jim Harbaugh is under more pressure this year. Because MSU, they're always going to say, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, Tuck's coming, Tuck's coming. What more does he really have to prove to them? As long as they make a bowl game, they're going to be happy. Michigan, right now, and maybe next year as well, has a chance to repeat. It's their best chance to make it back-to-back. Because after this year, you don't know what the hell's going to happen with NIL and what other teams are coming to the Big Ten. Michigan's ready to win now.
But we said who has the most to prove. And that proving isn't...
Pressure.
Proving and pressure are two different things. If you pressure and proving are two different things. I said Michigan State and Mel Tucker, they have to prove that he's worth the $10 million that he's getting. They have to prove that they are...
They already think he's worth
it. But they have to prove... No, they do.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about East Lansing. We're talking about the whole country. We're talking about proving to the whole country. You got to prove that he's worth the $10 million. You got to prove that you've arrived. That Michigan State is back in the good standings that they were in 2015 when they won the Big Ten, or 2013 and 14 and 15 when they won the Big Ten, when they won the Rose Bowl. You got to prove that you're back to that. Michigan won the Big Ten championship last year with a team nobody thought was going to do that. Their whole team is young. Michigan's going to have this talent. Cade McNamara has another year. J.J. McCarthy, if he stays, has another year.
Yeah, maybe.
Blake Corum another year, Andrew Anthony another year, the whole team, the whole defense, whole year. Those guys are still young, and they're potentially better than they were last year. I don't think they have much to prove.
Your question was, who's under more pressure?
I said who has the most to prove.
Yeah, okay, I'll say this. I think Jim Harbaugh has the most pressure, and I think Jim Harbaugh has the most to prove, too, because there are a segment of people out there, a large segment of people out there, that believe he still hasn't beaten Michigan State or Mel Tucker. He hasn't won at Ohio State.
Right.
They got waxed in the college football playoff. And he tried to go back to the NFL, and if offered the job, he would have gone to the NFL. And Michigan's recruiting class, numbers-wise, rankings-wise, is not even near the top 10, top 15. I don't even know if they're in the top 20. So there's 5 elements there that I think Jim Harbaugh, and it took him 7 years to win the Big Ten. There is an elephant on Jim Harbaugh's back, and maybe until he wins a national championship, that will always carry... Jim Harbaugh will always wear that. I think for Mel Tucker, he's got a lot to prove, too, because he's got to prove that he just wasn't some one-trick pony, that you could go out and get this transcendent running back in the portal, Kenneth Walker III, and that success wasn't predicated on that. Let's see you do it without K9. So I think he's got a lot to prove, but I think he'll have time to do that. I think a lot of pressure, and Jim Harbaugh has a lot to prove as well. Both things for me on that.
So then the way I look at it, then that means that it makes no sense to ever ask the question who's under more pressure or who has more to prove, the Michigan State coach or the Michigan coach or the Michigan State team or the Michigan team, because the answer is always going to be Michigan. Because that's what
I agree.
Because that's what it
Might
seems
be.
like.
Yeah.
And so this is when I try to bring to the table, like, you know, like a fair comparison. But then we get to that point, and you make a lot of sense with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to unpack with Jim Harbaugh and his Michigan team this year in terms of things you got to prove.
Let's face it.
Yeah.
Here's the facts. Michigan is always going to be talked about more than Michigan State.
Yeah.
Even when Michigan sucked and Michigan State was winning Big Ten championships.
Now it's why does Michigan suck?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Cowboys. They're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys.
It's a good one.
How many times do you turn on Skip and Shannon?
That's all they talk about.
And they're friggin' talking about the Cowboys.
Cowboys out of the playoffs. Still talking about
Cowboys suck. And the Cowboys probably aren't going to make the friggin' playoffs this year. But the Cowboys always seemingly during the NFL season, no matter what happens on Sunday, when you tune in to Skip and Shannon on Monday morning, they're talking about what the Cowboys did.
And they got the national game usually. One of them.
Exactly.
They're usually on prime time.
So there's a lot of correlation there to Michigan. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's just the way it is. So being the head coach at Michigan, you're always going to have more pressure and more to prove.
I agree.
Just my opinion.
I agree. I understand that. I still think Mel Tucker has more to prove. Because last year, at one point, he was the highest paid coach in NCAA, and he was coming off a season where he was 2-4. He has to answer for that offensive line and that secondary this year. He has to answer for K9 no longer being there. He has to answer for losing to Purdue after beating Michigan, controlling your destiny. He has to answer for 56-7 was the final score with Ohio State and Michigan State. You guys didn't even show up. So I think he has more to prove from that standpoint. But once again, both of them have something to prove this year. Let's agree to that.
Without question. And we got nothing to prove. We're just going to have some fun. We're going to do that next.
Oh, up next, man. We might have something special for
Yeah,
you
we
guys,
might have
man.
something special. We're here to have some fun.
Let's have some fun, man.
We'll do it next. But first, a message from SMA.
That's right. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, F Word staying with fentanyl, talks about addiction. It talks about abuse. It talks about mental illness. Everybody understands, look, it's okay to not be okay, but these are the information, this is the information that they're giving you so that you can understand what you or someone you know might be going through. Go to thesportsma.com, thesportsma.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi. That is bigfrog.com/Novi.
All right. Here we go. Braylon Edwards. We are here to have some fun. So set this up for us, if you will.
Trying to do a little something different. On Monday at the golf outing, met my man Jacob, had a good time. Showed me a couple things. I said, man, that was a little freaky zeeky. So I said, you know, it might be good for our audience. You know, I'm trying to take care of you guys. Good for our audience out there to see something fun, to see some tricks, see something fun. So Jake, introduce yourself.
My name is Jacob Shemaev. I'm based out of West Bloomfield. I've been doing magic for almost 20 years.
20 years.
I hear you.
What got you into magic?
I saw David Copperfield when I was on television. I was a kid. Honestly, just never grew out of it, and it just stuck with me for all these years.
So it's funny you say that. My favorite magician all the time is David Copperfield. I remember when he flew on TV on Fox that Sunday. I remember when he made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Also saw him in Vegas about 4 or 5 years ago. Still amazing. So what are you going to do for us today? What you got for us?
I'm going to be doing some close-up magic.
Okay, some close-ups so me and Ryan can see it. Can they see on the camera at home? Are we good? That's good? Yeah. All right, man. I'll let you do your thing.
All right, man.
We even got some music playing for you. Wow.
Grab any card you like. Any card.
Any card.
Any card. Go ahead. I want you to sign it. You want to sign it?
No, I'm good. I'm good watching. Let Braylon be interactive here.
Go autograph action. You guys need to show them my card?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show the ladies and gentlemen watching at home. Write the time. What time is it?
You know what time it is.
It's 3:30.
You know what time it is.
It's magic time, baby. See that right there at home? Ace of Spades, 3:30 on the card. Little Braylon Edwards signature right there.
There it is.
There you go, brother.
Well, you know this is your signature if you see it again?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
That's the thing on the taxes.
We're going to give it a couple cuts just like this. Can you take your index finger?
Yeah.
And just go like this. Okay? And at any given moment, whenever you like, you can literally touch any card you like. And this is your complete control.
Okay.
Any card.
Yeah.
This one. Would you like to change the card you just touched?
Yes.
Which one?
This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I want to stick with that one.
That's the one you want?
Yeah, I want that one.
You positive?
Yeah.
Okay. But believe it or not, the one that you touch is the one that you signed.
Yep, so I switched and then you got it right?
Yeah, that's the same one.
That was clean right there.
Let's try this.
So everybody at home.
Camera can see that? Look, this time we'll take your signed card. We'll lose it somewhere in the middle, right about here.
Okay.
If I snap, it rises right back to the top.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How you do that?
Here, do me a favor. This time, we don't even need the whole deck, okay? We'll only use about half the cards.
Right.
Here, can you push that in by yourself?
Yeah.
Here, we don't need the whole deck.
Yeah,
okay.
it's in there.
If I snap my fingers, it'll literally rise all the way back to the top of the deck. Not here, but it's actually on top of this packet right over here.
Whoa, okay. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. So he took it in this deck, and I thought he tucked it in this one, and it was at the top. Or as he said, it rose to the top of this one. That's clean right there.
Oh, yeah.
You see what
Very clean.
What else you got?
Here, let's try this.
Give me some wild factor.
Wow factor.
Give us some wild.
You haven't been wild yet, Braylon?
Hey, I have, but you know what I'm saying? I got people at home that might be trying like they can do these tricks. So I'm trying to speak for those individuals.
They don't know what time it is.
I thought it was a hell of a trick.
Think of any card you like and say it all out. What would you like?
7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds?
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you say the 7 of diamonds?
Because I just saw it, so it's like fresh in my head.
I got you. Here, open up your hand. Put your hand right on top of the deck. Okay. Now, you don't want to change your mind? That's still the exact.
7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds. Now, from a shuffled deck, okay, imagine that you are the 7 of diamonds.
I am the
okay?
7 of diamonds.
And the 7 of diamonds is very ambitious, just like you.
Okay.
You've done lots of successful things in your career. Okay. Imagine you rise all the way to the top of the deck.
I'm feeling it.
You could have signed any card, but this time you actually just name one out of the blue.
Yeah.
Would it be amazing? The 7 of diamonds, the card you just named, was on top of the deck.
It would.
Turn it over.
Freaking 7 of diamonds. It's freaking 7 of diamonds. Like the next question becomes like, hold on, how the hell did you do that? How the hell did you do that?
Well, it's the most common question asked to a magician.
Especially when it's a good trick, though.
Let's take this a step further. Look,
man,
we're gonna give it a shuffle just like this.
It didn't even move the deck.
Here, give it a cut. Cut anywhere you like. It's your choice.
Right.
We're gonna complete the cut. Now take off a nice chunk right off the top. Like take off like a nice third. Yeah. And spread them out right in front of you like you're playing poker. Right in front of you. So that I don't see, it's only for you.
I'm gonna phase hands. How many you see? I got about 3.
I'm gonna turn my back, okay? I'm gonna name every card that you have. Hand me the 3 of spades. You got the 3 of spades?
I do have a 3 of spades.
Okay, and take out the 8 of spades. Take out the 6 of hearts as well. And the 10 of clubs. 5 of diamonds. King of diamonds.
This is freaking sick.
2 of clubs. You got 2 of clubs?
No, yeah, you got that too.
3 of hearts. 8 of diamonds. 5 of clubs. King of spades. Jack of diamonds. 8 of clubs. 10 of spades.
This doesn't make any sense.
One more?
King of freaking hearts.
Wait, and that was in order, too.
In order.
I don't know if anybody noticed that. That was in order.
And that was my cut, too. I cut that, by the way.
Let's try this once more.
All right, we'll try it again.
Give it a couple extra cuts. Go ahead, grab off another chunk.
All right.
All right. Spread them out. Hand me the jack of clubs. Put it here. 7 of spades. 10
You like this math?
Ace of diamonds. 4 of spades. 7 of hearts. I'm looking at you. 4 of diamonds. Ace of clubs. 9 of clubs. Jack of spades. Queen of diamonds.
Man, get out of here. This is demon time. Man, get out of here. My God.
You want me to do the whole deck? Let's do the whole deck.
Now you memorize. You know the rest of these.
Here, one more shuffle. One more shuffle.
What is this about? What you got in this? What's in this?
I got you.
That's the finale.
That is the finale.
That's El Finito.
Here, grab the chunk.
Okay.
Hand me the 7 of clubs. Okay. Shuffled, man. Shuffled.
This
Queen of
is in
spades.
order too, by the way. Like, even if you go out there and say, "Oh, he memorized that," man, I
memorized 52 cards in a row.
I got 31 cards in my hand right now.
Queen of spades. 10 of diamonds. 6 of clubs. Ace of hearts.
I just put all of them in your hand now.
9 of diamonds. 4 of clubs. 2 of hearts.
2.
And believe it or not, the next one is the one that you had originally. 7 of diamonds. 3 of clubs.
3 of clubs.
4 of hearts.
4 of hearts.
6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds.
Ace of spades. 5 of hearts.
Right, Ace of spades, isn't that a place on 8 Mile?
Hey.
Oh, sorry. I don't know anything about that.
Don't ask, don't tell.
All right, what do you got here for us? Is this something or no?
Who's got a $100 bill I can borrow? You got one?
I do.
Let me see.
Yeah, Braylon does. I got a 20.
Am I getting the $100 back?
Maybe.
There you go, brother.
Here, can I have both of you actually put your initials on?
I got a 20.
I got a 5.
My name's on it. That means do I get to keep it?
We'll fight you over it. Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, so this $100 bill's gonna be very important in a second. We'll get to it in a second. Okay?
It look like the same initials for a second.
Can the camera see this? They can see this marker. Right?
Sharpie, yeah, they can see it.
Watch the Sharpie. I'll make it disappear completely. And it's actually right behind your shirt. You can actually
What?
He got you with that one.
Yes.
He got you with that one. Little pull action right there. Look.
You know what?
Where did it go through the leg?
Here, switch sides with me.
It went from skin to skin.
See, now I'm you. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, Ryan.
Think of any number less than 100.
Okay.
You got one?
Yep.
Now, when you think of this number, don't think of obvious ones. Don't think of 7, 13, 69. Those are way too obvious.
Yep.
Those are too easy.
Yep.
Write down your number nice and big inside this box right here. When you're done, fold it up hamburger style and then downward.
Okay.
So make sure my back is turned as I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm not looking. Okay.
What we got going on, ladies and gentlemen, is some trick actions going on. My man Jacob, he's been guessing everything out of the box. Are we done with this 100? I don't want that to get lost in the shuffle. I don't want that 100 to get lost.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. And go ahead, open up your hand for me. Yep. Squeeze your hand nice and tight. Turn your hand over. Put your other hand right on top. Is there any way possible I could know what number you're thinking of?
No.
The odds of me getting your number correct, how amazing would that be?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Like literally, like that's not even possible.
No chance.
No chance. What I want you to do is like literally send it to me. I want you to scream it only in your imagination,
Okay.
nice and loud. Okay.
Okay.
Look at the camera. Okay. Now look at me. Your viewers at home are actually telling me what it is.
Okay.
Indirectly.
Are y'all telling
Really?
us?
Yeah.
Are you guys telling?
Double-digit number, and they're both odd. That'd be crazy. And they're like 2 away from each other. You getting this? You know what I'm saying, man?
I mean, there's no how.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm committed.
Committed. Okay.
Got $100 on it.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Are you thinking of 35?
Unbelievable.
It's 30.
How?
Is that 35?
35.
Go ahead, show the camera.
35.
35.
Look at that.
How does that even happen?
Look at that.
All right. Maz is stumped.
Hey, Maz, stump the Maz over there.
Okay, the card, a pen, I can understand. But how
Switch sides.
Alright.
how do the 35? The cards and a pen, maybe, but the mind?
Yeah, that was because he's in your mind. 35. What were you thinking about 35 for?
That's my football uniform.
It was so simple.
So we got 35 on here for extra identification.
Okay.
We even got your signatures on here. Okay. Watch very, very close. I take the 100. I give it one extra fold, just like this, and another, just like that. Can you grab my wrist? Okay.
Which one?
Here, hold on. One, not yet. One more fold, just like this. Grab my wrist. Don't let go. Okay. Right about here. Give me some slack. Your $100 bill. How amazing would it be?
Hey man, gas prices are high, man. Where that $100 go? Where that $100 go?
Would it be amazing if the $100 bill was literally in your pocket?
Yes, that would be amazing.
That's not amazing. I'll tell you why. Because that's too easy. I'm right next to you. What would be amazing?
Nah, get out of here. First of all, I messed with the Crown Royal bags. Is it change in there?
Watch very close. I can't stress enough how fair this actually is. Okay, do not blink. All right. Inside this bag, I have a lemon. Okay.
He's on his Chris Angel stuff right now.
If I cut this lemon open all the way, and inside we have that exact same $100 bill with your initials.
Yo.
That'd be amazing.
Yo.
That's the exact same one. That's not a duplicate. That is the exact same.
Ryan, is that the same one, Ryan?
Wow, dude.
Is that the same one?
That's the exact same $100 bill with our initials on it. And
Yo.
Whoa.
Yo.
Give us a website.
Yo. Give
my,
your
my Instagram's at Jacob Magician. JACOB Magician.
That was unbelievable. Say it one more time.
My Instagram's at Jacob Magician. You can also see all my previous stuff at Fox 2 News, ABC Channel 7, NBC 25, and CW 46.
Unbelievable. Jacob, thank you so much. Woodward Magic Show. Great stuff. We'll see you soon. Mind blowing. But first, a message from Tom Mazawey and the Foaling Warehouse.
I am stunned. By the way, I've got some Tom Brady news coming up right after this. The Foaling Warehouse, located in Hamtramck, Michigan. 2 ways to play this great game of football and bowling. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation for your own family or friends. 10 or 12 of them that run you $120, but you get it for 2 hours. How about that? Plus, you can bring your own food in or have it delivered. Plenty to drink. They got multiple full bars, over 100 beers to offer, and the $2 mystery beer machine. Get your full on. Check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron. Here we go. Got to grab the cranberry. Oh, wait. It's 2 for $4. Got to double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
We are live from the Planet Fitness Studios, official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. Planet Fitness is home of the Judgment-Free Zone.
No
you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere with membership starting at only $10 a month.
Only $10?
Only $10. Or you can get a black card for $24.99 per month. Join today in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential. All right, Tom Mazawey, before we get to the picks,
Listen to this, guys. Now, we all know Tom Brady had his 11-day absence, right?
Yep.
From the Bucs. The New York Post.
Plastic surgery.
Yeah.
The New York Post, which is owned by the same owner that owns Fox, Rupert Murdoch. And you know Fox put a lot of money into Tom Brady. The headline, new report hints at marital discord as the reason for Tom Brady's absence at camp. And it goes on to read, you can read it at Pro Football Talk, or you can go to the New York Post and read it. I won't waste your time, but there's trouble in paradise.
Or you could just come to Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line, because that was the first thing that we said when it went to, when it came out. I think, was it Ryan said it first? Is that what you said? Like you hinted toward, like that would be your guess?
Yeah, I mean that was my.
Because I said it had to be that or a family, like I think mass
sickness.
Yeah,
like a sickness. Yeah, trouble in paradise.
So maybe that's so. Thinking about it that way. Is that why he came back? So all those jokes about him being home for 41 days and like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
Right.
Maybe
Can't do it.
There's a thing to that.
Or that was the last straw.
All right, let's get to Scotty. That might have been the last straw. Let's get to Scotty G. Woodward Bets. Big weekend, Scotty G. And we apologize for keeping you waiting. We're going to cut this slightly short because we got to get to, are we one break behind? We're one break behind. Okay. No, I'm not one break behind.
Just need one before the end of the show.
Got it. Thank you. Sorry, we went super long with the magician. So Scotty
that was
G,
entertaining, guys.
I got about
appreciate that. Thank
Scotty G. I got about 5 minutes. Such an exciting time of the year for so many people, and an incredible, really game tonight too with Penn State and Purdue.
16 big games tonight, Ryan. We're starting. We got 5 days of college football in a row. I mean, hey. You just got to love it here, but I'm pretty excited. I got a couple bets already locked in, ready to roll, but, man, great time of year, guys.
What do you got, Scotty?
Well, tonight I'm taking Purdue, for one. I'm taking Purdue to beat Penn State tonight. Purdue, obviously they're having a blackout game. Last time they had a blackout game, 2018, they smoked the number 2 Buckeyes, 49-20. So I'll be looking at them. Both teams bringing back their quarterback. Both teams lost their top receivers. But Purdue, I think, is just in a better position here. I'll take the 3.5 points, and I'll even bet on them to win on the money line.
I like Purdue as well. I think that's a good pick by you. I think I was actually just challenging Jeff Brown. Look, I got to see something out of Purdue. I'm tired of these. They win one game, everybody gets happy, and then they do nothing for the rest of the season. So I like that as well. We got 2 big matchups on Saturday. My man Scotty G is in the building with us. What we're best. You got Oregon and Georgia, and you got Notre Dame and Ohio State. Out of those 2 games, which one do you think is a sure thing at bet?
Well, I'm going to stay away from that Ohio State and Notre Dame game. I think there's going to be some emotion there. I'm too big of I can't stand Ohio State. I bet against them whenever I can. So I'm going to stay away there. But I really think that we could see Oregon hang with Georgia here. I mean, Georgia lost quite a bit of talent to the NFL. Oregon's got a new coach. He's going to want to try to prove against his former team that he can hang. It sounds like you're going to get that former Auburn quarterback, Bo Nix. Should be able to get the start. I think, he was capable of creating a little margin or magic. I think 17's a little too high. So I'll take Oregon.
How about the local game, Scotty? You got MSU hosting Western Michigan tomorrow. Peyton Thorne on one side and Coach Thorne on the other side for Western Michigan, coaching that offense. 22.5 Spartans favored. Who you got?
Yeah, actually, I see it down to 20.5, Matt. 65% of the money's coming in on the Sparties. Looking at over under 54.5. I agree. If I can get the Sparties under 21, I would look at taking the Spartans here. I think the Spartans are going to roll over them. I think the Spartans are actually going to be a pretty decent team. I just like being a hefty Big Ten team. They should be able to push around this MAC team, so I would assume that they should get it done.
And Michigan, Colorado State, Wolverines, 30.5 point favorites in that game?
Yeah, Michigan's real tough for me to bet on. That's my team, obviously. Braylon, I'd advise too not to bet, on them unless, it's a spot like that Big Ten, championship game where we were pretty certain. But Michigan giving away a lot of points is pretty frustrating. But we'll have to see. That's just too many for me. I'll just sit on the sideline and watch that one, guys.
Hey, Scotty G, now the college season has come up, NCAA. What are some teams that you typically bet on? Like, what are some typical teams that you bet on, or teams that cover the spread? Help our listeners out there and our watchers out there. Give them some teams that they should pay attention to because they cover the spread. And maybe a team or two that typically doesn't cover the spread.
I'll tell you, right coming out the gate, guy, this is where you can just get a lot of points. Look for underdogs. I mean, a lot of, the jury isn't out on a lot of these teams, especially some of the smaller schools. And I'll tell you what, a few years ago, even up to last year, I had a lot of fun picking on the MAC. I used to bet on Eastern Michigan all the time. Eastern would lose, but they would cover the spread for a while. They had like the longest streak going where, they covered like 19 out of 20, 21 games, but quietly, they were, still a 500 team. But so yeah, I like looking at some of the MAC schools. You can get them on Tuesday night games, Wednesday night games. But yeah, I think definitely an edge to be had there in our MAC conference right in our own backyard.
Hey. Scotty G joins us. Woodward Best Mass. My apologies. I just wanted to get this in before I forgot. Scotty, you and I talked earlier. You said you had a question for me. Go ahead and fire away before I forget.
Yep, as a daily fantasy sports player, Braylon, you know what, when I'm always looking at my team, who I want to play, whatever else, I'll tell you what, when us fans look at a schedule like for the Lions, we say, they should win this game, they should win that game. When you're looking at your schedule as an NFL receiver, what in your mind makes you think, I'm going to smash this game, I might have trouble that game? Is it a good pass rush? Maybe could it be a combination of different things? But what is the perfect scenario that you as a receiver thought, today I'm going to kick some ass?
Well, anytime I see man-to-man coverage, I always get excited. Like when we play teams that play man-to-man, when I was in Cleveland, Baltimore always played man-to-man. Like whenever we played the Steelers, they played a zone blitz, which I did not like. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for the conduciveness of me getting off of my stats. For me, big wide out, I like zone teams and I like man teams. So if I'm looking, I got a little DB, which most of them are. I'm 6'4". I'm excited. And then those teams that play zone and put more emphasis up on the line. And I love you eat those zones up all day, especially if you got quarterbacks that like to drop it in the bucket. So look for zone and look for man-to-man teams for a wide receiver, that is.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah, I mean, Braylon, you're always looking for those edges, when you can try to, find a guy with a good matchup. So, yeah, appreciate that answer. I mean, and the other one, too, does weather bother you as a player? Did it bother you windy or cold or anything of the above as a receiver?
Only rain. Like, snow doesn't bother me. Like, snow is overrated. The wind is sometimes, but it's not going to get that much gusty. Only rain bothers wide receivers. Snow, cold, none of that bothers, just rain.
Perfect. All right, guys. Hey, any of you DFS players out there you have it, or fantasy players, right from the pro themselves. Appreciate those answers there, Braylon. That was good stuff.
Well, if you are betting and you are not watching Woodward Bets daily, you are doing yourself a disservice.
Shame on you.
Why wouldn't you take the knowledge? Yeah. My goodness, especially this weekend. Saturday at 9 o'clock. If you want to get a head start, obviously every day, 4:30 here on Woodward Sports Network. Woodward Bets on Woodward Sports, 4:30 daily, and then 9 o'clock on the weekends, Saturday morning. Again, if you are betting on the games and you are not watching Woodward Bets, you are doing yourself a disservice and probably wasting your money. 100%. So give these guys a look. They're great guys, and they have a lot of knowledge. They do a lot of homework, and they're here for you. Start out with them. Scotty G, thanks so much, my friend.
Scotty, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me. We'll catch you guys next week, and good luck, everybody.
You got it.
Scotty Bucks, the fun bucks.
You got it. We'll take a break, come right back. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. It is no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. Got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford also has over 300 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years. Some with less than 500 miles on it. So they're like new. Head on in today. Michigan Avenue in the great city of Dearborn. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
At work and at home. We're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Hey, it's Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. It's Thursday. We got 16 college football games today. So you guys going to have to make sure you come check us out at 4:30, the Woodward Bets YouTube page, to see who we might be betting on today. You also got to get over that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, the best place to check all the odds of sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, it's Thursday. We got to get some fun coupons. Listen, I'm betting on Louisiana Tech against Missouri. That line should be 10, not 20. Woodward Bets, oddstrader.com. Check it out.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
All right, gang, final segment of the program here, Woodward Sports Network. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports. Heavyweights coming up 5 o'clock, Woodward Bets 4:30. News today, Maz, an extension for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Look how much he got up front, too, to keep in his pocket. $165 million guaranteed from the Denver Broncos. Makes him one of the highest paid quarterbacks per year.
It's well deserved. I mean, you look at the trend that's going on right now. 2 years ago, Tom Brady, they said that it was over, that he left Bill Belichick. He couldn't do it, and guess what? He goes to Tampa and wins the championship. Last year, Matt Stafford, who nobody thought that much of. Well, except for Josh McVay. They bring Sean McVay brings out Matt Stafford, wins the Super Bowl. Is Russell Wilson going to be the third one in line? They pay him $245. And the reason why they don't wait because of this. Who's coming up next? Joe Burrow is going to get extended next year. Lamar Jackson might get extended at some point this year. You look at Herbert's going to get extended next year. So you get the deal done now so you don't have to pay on the back end. So this is actually smart by Denver. And you look at that team, like everybody talks about, it's over for him. Russell is fading. Everybody says he hasn't had one of those years for a couple of years. Last year, I know he dealt with injury. I think he finished with 31-13, 25 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. But the year before that was his best year statistically. 42-12, 40 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. That's the best year that he's ever had. That's only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
New energy. He's going to do well this year.
In numbers aside, he had help. He had wide receivers, and he had a running game. I wanted to ask you today when I saw this deal, what do you think of Jerry Jeudy?
I like Jerry Jeudy.
Because that's a good look.
And Sutton.
If this contract pays off, it's because those guys on the outside, Sutton and Jeudy are the real deal.
So they are the real deal. I like Sutton a lot. I think I actually like Sutton more than Cortland Sutton. I like him more than Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy hasn't been what he was supposed to be out of Alabama. Like, I know you could agree with me on that one, Sam. Like, he has not been. He's shown flashes. Like, you'll see a player and you'll be like, that's the guy that won the national championship. But then you'll see other players like, well, what's going on with this guy? You see the mistake that he made in the offseason this year. So you want to know where his mind at. But you know where his mind is at? He's got a leader that can lead him there. He's got a leader that can work with him. He's got a leader that can keep him focused. Because his Russell Wilson's success is tied in to Jerry Jeudy's success. So don't you think for 1 second that he's not going to show you the leader, Broncos Nation, let's ride? He's not saying that because it sounds good. Russell Wilson truly believes it is Broncos Nation now and it's their time. Look for Russell Wilson to shock the AFC West
this contract will pay him up to 40 years old as well. So that's what he'll be at the end of this contract.
He doesn't want to go anywhere else. Like, he's locked and loaded. Something happened at the end of that tenure. You just look at Seattle. It ended terribly. They got rid of all the offensive linemen. They wouldn't provide somebody to block for them. They had a couple running backs, but those running backs always injured. You look at the defensive side of things. They dismantled the Legion of Boom and then never added anybody else to help. They get rid of Bobby Wagner this year. They get rid of Russell Wilson as they should. So you got a team. You got young guys, and they're a young team. Everybody's asking, how can you pay this with all these guys? They're all young. Those guys won't be up for 2 to 3 years.
Quickly, final thing, 30 seconds. AFC West quarterbacks, Carr, Herbert, Mahomes, and Russell Wilson. Where's Russell Wilson in that mix?
2. He's 2. Herbert has the numbers, but he hasn't gotten to the playoffs. Derek Carr has been doing the same thing, not getting to the playoffs, and then he does, he loses first round. You got to go with Wilson. He's a guy that's been there. He's a guy that won the Super Bowl, should have won 2 Super Bowls if Pete Carroll would have ran the damn ball. go with Russell Wilson.
I got him at 2 as well. Obviously, Mahomes is number 1. Yeah. I'll put the kid Herbert 3rd, and I think Carr hasn't done much for me. We'll see what he does with Devontae Adams.
There you go. All right, gang. What a great day today. Thanks to Jacob the Magician. That was fantastic. Brace for setting that up. Why not have a little fun on a September 1? It is a great time of the year. By the way, Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The poor Knicks. The Knicks cleared out their team to get this guy.
Unbelievable.
When they re-signed R.J. Barrett, I knew it was a wrap, though. I knew it was a wrap.
So that tomorrow we're going to be out at the best high school football game in the state. Warren De La Salle, number 2 in the state, going up against Muskegon, number 8 in the state.
Is Robbie Ermanni playing?
He is. It's a rematch of the 2006 state championship game. So we'll look forward to that, guys. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow. It is a Football Friday. Picks fill in the blank Friday as well. All that and more. We'll see you tomorrow.
Shout out to Tom T, who sent me that little nugget about the trade that was the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell. Look, great show. What I want to end on is Steph Curry. I know that's your guy, Maz. Steph Curry, just think of the year that Steph Curry has had. Okay, let's just think of the year that he's had. Averages 25 points a game this year. Breaks the three-point record back in December. All-Star game MVP this past February. Gets to the playoffs, is conference finals MVP. He's finals MVP. He added another ring after they said he could not do it. And oh, by the way, they tried to say his marriage was in trouble. That was falsified. That was lies. He and Aisha Curry doing just as good as they've ever done. And oh, by the way,
lies.
He went back to Davidson, got his degree. Congratulations to Chef Curry, who has had an amazing year. He's definitely cooking it up. That is our show. For Flannel Sam, my man Fletch, Maz on the couch, wearing the beautiful Lou Gehrig jersey. That is my boy, Ryan Ermanni.
You know what time it is.
I am Brother Edwards. And we are Edwards and Ermanni featuring Maz.
And that's the bottom line.